full hybrid version. The $5 million car hits the river like a coffin being sealed. Simone Harris doesn't think about the price tag, doesn't think about the men in black suits who just shoved it off the bridge, doesn't think about why the driver isn't clawing at the windows. She just thinks, someone's drowning. Her shoes come off mid-run. The water hits like a fist to the chest, cold enough to steal breath, deep enough to swallow sound. She gasps, kicks hard. The current tries to pull her downstream, but she fights it. Arms slicing through black water, heart slamming against ribs. The car tilts nose down, sinking fast. Metal groans. Bubbles explode from the hood. The back tires lift slightly, still spinning, then stop. Simone reaches the driver's side window, pounds it with her fist. Through the glass, she sees him. A man in a black suit, water rising past his chest. His face is calm, too calm for someone about to die. No panic, no fear, just stillness. His hand presses flat against the window. Palm out. Stay back. Welcome back, my amazing Pride family. Your unwavering support means everything to me, and I'm beyond grateful for each of you. Every day, I strive to improve and bring you the best stories because I know you deserve nothing less. If this is your first time here, I encourage you to leave a comment telling me where you're watching from and hit that subscribe button. By doing so, you become part of this incredible journey, and together we'll continue sharing stories that matter. I can't do this without you, so let's get into today's story. Simone shakes her head. No. She grabs a rock from the riverbed, slams it against the glass. Once, the window spiders. Twice. Water pressure fights her. Her forearm burns. Third hit, the glass explodes. River water floods the cabin. The man still doesn't move to save himself, just watches her, testing something, measuring something. She doesn't care. Simone reaches through broken glass, grabs his collar, pulls. He's heavy, dead weight. She yanks harder. Glass bites into her forearm. Blood blooms in the water, dark and fast. Her vision blurs. The car drops another 2 feet. She wraps her arm around his chest and kicks, up, toward a surface she can't see anymore. Her lungs are fire. Muscles scream. The current drags them sideways. His weight pulls her down. She kicks again, weaker, desperate. Then again, and again. Her grip starts to slip. The man's eyes stay open underwater, still calm, still watching, like he expected this, like he knew she'd jump. Simone's last thought before everything goes black is simple. Why wasn't he scared? Sirens wail somewhere far above the water, then silence. Simone wakes up, choking. Water spills from her mouth. Her lungs heave. Mud cakes her hands. She rolls onto her side, gasping, shaking so hard her teeth rattle. Blue and red lights flash across her face. Paramedics rush past her, all of them. They're focused on him. The man from the car lies 15 feet away on a stretcher, oxygen mask, blankets, alive. His eyes are open, staring at the sky. Not at her, not at anyone. Simone tries to stand. Her legs buckle. No one helps. She watches them load him into the ambulance. His chest rises and falls, steady, controlled, like drowning was just another Tuesday. No thank you, no glance back, no acknowledgement that she exists. One paramedic finally notices her. Young guy, tired eyes. Miss, you're bleeding. She looks down. Her arm is sliced open, glass still embedded in the skin. Blood drips onto the mud. She didn't feel it until now. He reaches for her. I'm fine. You need stitches. I said I'm fine. Simone pulls away, stumbling. She doesn't want questions. Doesn't want her name in a report. Doesn't want anyone asking why she jumped. She spots her shoes near the bridge, grabs them, keeps walking. behind her, ambulance doors slam. The siren starts, sharp, loud, then fades as it speeds away. Simone doesn't look back. Her hands shake as she wraps her jacket around her bleeding arm. The night air bites through her soaked uniform. Her chest still burns from swallowing river water. Her head pounds. She saved a man's life tonight. He didn't even look at her. Good. Attention doesn't pay rent. Attention doesn't fix her mother's dialysis bills. Attention doesn't make the hollow ache in her chest go away. She keeps walking, shoes squelching with every step, but somewhere deep in her gut, below the exhaustion, below the cold, below the pain, she feels it. A shift, like jumping into that river opened a door she can't close. Like saving a stranger who didn't want saving just changed everything. Simone wakes up in pain. Real pain. The kind that sits in your bones and refuses to leave. Her arm throbs beneath the bandage she wrapped herself. Her ribs ache with every breath. The motel heater rattles like it's giving up. She stares at the stained ceiling, replaying the rescue. Not the fear, the man's eyes. They hadn't looked grateful. They'd looked unfinished, like he'd been interrupted mid-thought and hadn't decided yet if she'd done him a favor or ruined something. She checks her phone. No missed calls, no messages, no news alerts with her name. Whatever happened in that river swallowed itself whole. Good. She doesn't want attention. She wants to survive, and survival doesn't pause for heroism. Simone forces herself upright. Every muscle protests. She unwraps the bandage, studies the cut. Deep. Angry. Probably needs stitches. She cleans it with vodka from the minibar, bites down on a towel to keep from screaming, and wraps it again. Then she gets dressed for work, because rent doesn't care about near-death experiences. The diner smells like burnt coffee and fryer grease. Same as always, comforting in its awfulness. Simone ties her apron, forces a smile, and slides back into her role. The invisible one. The one who refills cups without being asked. The one who cleans up messes that aren't hers. The one nobody remembers 5 minutes after she's gone. A businessman snaps his fingers at her. More creamer. She brings it without a word. A woman complains her eggs are runny. Simone replaces them. An old man leaves a $1 tip on a $30 check. She pockets it and says thank you. Her manager Derek leans against the counter, arms crossed. Mid-40s, tired, always annoyed about something. You missed 2 days. I was sick. You look fine now. Fine. Right. If fine means her arm is screaming and her ribs feel cracked and she can still taste river water every time she swallows. Won't happen again, she says quietly. Derek grunts. You still owe for that plate you broke last week. $17. Coming out of your next check. Always owing, always behind, always one mistake away from losing everything. Understood. Nobody asks about the bandage. Nobody asks if she's okay. And that's how Simone wants it. Invisible means safe. Invisible means no complications. Until the bell above the door rings. Once, sharp, clean, then again. The diner air changes. Conversations drop mid-sentence. Silverware stops clinking. Even the grill stops sizzling for a second. Simone looks up from refilling the coffee pot. 3 black SUVs idle outside. Tinted windows, engines running. The kind of vehicles that cost more than everyone in this diner will make this year combined. Men step out, 6 of them. All dressed in black suits, crisp, controlled. They don't walk like cops. They walk like soldiers, like violence held perfectly still. The diner goes silent, not curious silent, fear silent. Then he walks in. The man from the river. Simone's stomach drops through the floor. He's alive, standing, uninjured except for a faint scar near his temple where the glass must have cut him. His suit fits like it was made on his body. His posture is exact, every movement deliberate, and his eyes lock onto her the second he crosses the threshold. Not scanning, not searching, locked, like he's been looking for her since the moment his lungs filled with water, like finding her was inevitable. Simone takes a step back. Instinct. He stops, doesn't speak, doesn't move closer, just stands there, surrounded by his men, radiating something she can't name. Not danger exactly. Control, absolute control. Derek rushes forward, flustered. "Sir, if there's a problem." "There is no problem." The man's voice is low, steady, faint accent. "I am here because of her." Every eye in the diner turns towards Simone. Her pulse roars in her ears. Heat floods her face. The coffee pot shakes in her hand. She sets it down before she drops it. "Me?" He doesn't answer, just holds her gaze. One of his men leans in, whispers something. The man from the river shakes his head once, firm, final. Then he takes a single step forward. Simone's chest tightens. She doesn't know who he is, doesn't know why he's here, but she knows one thing for certain. Men like this don't walk into places like this unless something is about to break. "May I speak with you?" he asks. Not a command, a request, but the weight behind it makes it clear she doesn't really have a choice. Outside, rain missed the pavement. Again, like the river followed them here. The SUVs hum quietly. His men form a loose circle around them, not threatening, but present. A barrier between Simone and the rest of the world. She crosses her arms. "What do you want?" "Your name." She hesitates. "Simone." He repeats it slowly, carefully. "Simone." No last name asked. No questions. Just the sound of it, like he's memorizing how it feels in his mouth. "You saved my life," he says. "You're welcome." She turns to go. "You were bleeding." That stops her. "You nearly drowned," he continues. "You walked home alone. You wrapped your own wound. You came to work the next day." Simone's blood goes cold. "How do you know that?" "Because I asked." "Asked who?" "Everyone necessary." Her hands ball into fists. "You've been watching me." "No." He says it instantly. No hesitation. "I've been learning about you. There is a difference. Not to me." He nods once, accepting that. "Understood." Silence stretches. Rain taps the pavement. One of his men shifts his weight. The street feels smaller than it did 2 minutes ago. "What do you want?" Simone asks again. "To repay a debt." "I don't want your money." "I know." The certainty in his voice surprises her. That is why this matters. She studies him now, really looks. The discipline in his posture, the restraint in every movement, the violence held behind perfect control. "You're dangerous," she says softly. "Yes." No denial, no pride, just fact. "And you still jumped," he adds. Simone swallows hard. "I didn't know who you were." "You still don't." "True. But you will," he said, "if you allow it. And if I don't, then I walk away." He pauses. "But I will not pretend you are safe." Her stomach twists. What does that mean? He glances at one of his men. A brief look. The man nods and returns to the SUV. When his eyes find hers again, there's something new in them. Not regret, not pity, warning. "There are people who want me dead," he says quietly. "They failed 2 nights ago. They will try again." Simone's chest tightens. "That's not my problem. It became your problem the moment you pulled me from that river. I didn't. They saw you." His voice cuts through hers, not loud, but absolute. Security footage, traffic cameras, witnesses on the bridge. They know you exist. The world tilts. What? I did not ask you to save me, he continues. But you did, and now they see you as leverage. Leverage? Her voice cracks. I'm a waitress. I'm nobody. You are the person who saved my life. He steps closer, not threatening, protective. That makes you someone. Simone backs up until she hits the diner wall. I don't want this. I know. Then fix it. I cannot erase what happened. His jaw tightens. But I can protect you from what happens next. I don't need protection. You do. He says it like a fact, like gravity, whether you accept it or not. Her hands shake. She shoves them in her pockets. Who are you? My name is Kang Min-jae. The way he says it, careful, deliberate, tells her it means something, that she should recognize it. She doesn't. He sees that. Something flickers across his face. Relief maybe, or regret. I will respect your wishes, Min-jae says, but I will not let you die for mine. You don't get to decide that. You are right. He turns toward the SUV. But I will not walk away and pretend you are invisible. Not anymore. He starts to leave. Wait. The word escapes before Simone can stop it. He stops, doesn't turn around. Why weren't you scared? She asks. In the car. You were drowning and you looked calm. Silence. Then, because I have drowned before. He walks to the SUV. The door opens. He pauses. There are 2 men outside your building tonight, he says. They will not approach you. They will not interfere. They will simply watch. I didn't agree to this. No. He meets her eyes one last time. But your life already changed. The door closes. The SUVs pull away. Simone stands there, rain soaking through her uniform again. And for the first time in years, she's not invisible anymore. Simone doesn't go back inside right away. She stands in the rain, watching the SUVs disappear around the corner. Her mind spins. Her chest feels tight. She replays his words over and over. They know you exist. How? She didn't give her name, didn't wait for thanks. She left before anyone could ask questions. But somehow, he found her. And if he found her, others could too. The diner door opens. Derek leans out. You coming back or what? Yeah. Who was that? Nobody. Derek frowns but doesn't push. He disappears inside. Simone follows, tying her apron with shaking hands. She refills coffee, takes orders, clears tables. But every time the bell rings, her heart jumps. Every black car that passes makes her stomach drop. The shift drags. Hours blur. By the time she clocks out, exhaustion has settled deep in her bones. She walks home in the dark, hood up, hands shoved in her pockets. The streets feel different now. Shadows stretch longer. Every footstep behind her sounds too close. She keeps glancing over her shoulder. Nothing. But the feeling doesn't go away. When she reaches her apartment building, she climbs the stairs 2 at a time, unlocks her door, slams it shut. Safe. Except it doesn't feel safe anymore. She locks the deadbolt, checks the window, pulls the curtain closed. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number. Her heart pounds. She stares at the screen. It buzzes again. She answers. Hello? It's Min-jae. Her breath catches. How did you get my number? I told you. I asked. That's not... Are you home? Yes. Good. Lock your door. I already did. Check the window locks. Simone walks to the window, tests the latch. Locked. Done. There are 2 men outside your building, he says. They will stay there tonight. She pulls the curtain back slightly, looks down. 2 figures stand across the street, black jackets, still, watching. Her stomach twists. I didn't agree to this. I know. Then why? Because I made a choice. His voice is calm, steady. You saved my life. I will not let you lose yours. Simone presses her forehead against the cold glass. I don't want bodyguards. They are not bodyguards. They are precautions. Same thing. No. His voice softens slightly. Bodyguards protect assets. Precautions protect people who matter. She closes her eyes. I don't matter to you. You don't even know me. I know you jumped into a river for a stranger, Minjae says. I know you walked home bleeding because you did not want attention. I know you worked double shifts to cover your mother's dialysis bills. I know you are exhausted and underpaid and too proud to ask for help. Simone's throat tightens. Stop. I know you are stronger than you think you are, he continues. And I know the people looking for me will use that strength against you if I let them. Tears burn behind her eyes. She won't let them fall. This isn't fair, she whispers. No. He pauses. It is not. She hears him breathe on the other end, steady, controlled, like everything else about him. I did not ask you to save me, Minjae says quietly. But you did. And now I am asking you to let me return the favor. I don't need saving. Not yet. That stops her cold. What does that mean? It means the people who tried to kill me are still out there, he says. And they do not leave loose ends. Her hand tightens on the phone. Am I a loose end? To them. Long pause. Yes. Her knees weaken. She sits down hard on the edge of her bed. I didn't ask for this, she says again, voice breaking. I know. His voice is softer now, almost gentle. But it is yours. She wants to scream, wants to throw the phone, wants to go back 2 nights and walk a different street, but she can't. The men outside will not approach you, Minjae says. They will not interfere. They will simply watch. And when the danger passes, they will leave. And if it doesn't pass, silence. Then I will handle it. The way he says it, cold final, sends ice down her spine. Good night, Simone. The line goes dead. She sits there, phone still pressed to her ear, staring at nothing. Outside, the 2 men remain, watching, waiting, protecting a woman who never asked to be seen. Minjae sits in the back of the SUV, watching Simone's building. 3rd floor, corner apartment, light still on. She's awake. His phone rings. He doesn't look at the screen. Speak. The footage is contained, his second-in-command says. Traffic cameras wiped, bridge security erased. But Park's men already have it. They distributed copies before we could intervene. Minjae's jaw tightens. Park Sung-ho, the rival who pushed his car off that bridge. The man who wants him dead and doesn't care about collateral damage. How many saw her face? 12 confirmed, maybe more. 12 men who now know Simone exists. 12 men who will use her to get to him. Double the detail on her building, Minjae says. I want eyes on every entrance. Sir, with respect, she's a liability. We should relocate her. Put her somewhere secure until this is over. No. She saved your life. That doesn't mean... I said no. Minjae's voice drops to something cold, something final. She chose to jump. I will not repay that by putting her in a cage. Silence on the line. But sir, if Park moves on her, then we move first. He ends the call. Through the window, he watches Simone's shadow move across her curtain, pacing. She does that when she's thinking. He learned that 2 days ago when his men started watching. She doesn't know how much danger she's in. She doesn't know Park Sung-ho has already ordered surveillance on her. That photos of her face are circulating through the organization right now. That men are debating whether to take her or kill her. She doesn't know Minjae has killed 3 people in the last 48 hours to keep those debates from becoming action. She just knows something changed, And she's right. His phone buzzes. A message. No name, just a photo. Simone. Leaving the diner. Timestamp, 2 hours ago. Then another message. Pretty. How much is she worth to you? Min-jae deletes the messages. Doesn't respond. Park wants a reaction. Wants him to move recklessly. To make mistakes. He won't. But he also won't let Simone pay for his survival. Sir. The driver glances in the rearview mirror. Orders. Min-jae looks at Simone's window one more time. Her light goes off, finally sleeping, or trying to. Increase the perimeter, he says, and tell Park's surveillance team that if they get within 2 blocks of her, they don't go home. Yes, sir. The SUV pulls away. Across the street, in a parked sedan with tinted windows, 2 men sit watching Simone's building. They're not Min-jae's men. One of them lifts a camera, snaps a photo of her darkened window. The other makes a phone call. Target confirmed, he says quietly. 3rd floor, corner unit. She's alone. A voice on the other end. Good, watch her. Don't move yet. Let Kang think she's safe. And when we do move, you'll know. The call ends. The men settle in, waiting. Simone notices them on day 3, not Min-jae's men. She's gotten used to those. The 2 figures across the street who never approach, never speak, just watch. These are different. A man in a blue jacket at the bus stop. Same man, 3 days straight. Wrong bus route for this neighborhood. A woman with a stroller. No baby inside. Just sitting on the bench. For hours. A sedan that parks 2 blocks down every morning. Tinted windows. Never moves. Simone's not paranoid. She's paying attention. And attention is telling her something's wrong. She takes a different route, home from work. Cuts through the alley behind the convenience store. The blue jacket follows. Not close, but following. Her pulse spikes. She walks faster. So does he. She breaks into a run. The alley ends at a chain-link fence. Dead end. She spins around. Blue jacket stands at the alley entrance, blocking it. He's not rushing, just standing there, smiling. Simone Harris, he says her full name. We need to talk. Her back hits the fence. I don't know you, but you know Kang Min-jae. He takes a step forward. That makes us very interested in you. Another man appears behind him, then another, 3 total. Simone's hands shake. She looks for an exit. Nothing. We're not going to hurt you, Blue Jacket says. We just want to ask some questions. Stay back. About your relationship with... A car engine roars. Black SUV. It doesn't slow down. Just crashes into the alley entrance. Bumper slamming into Blue Jacket and sending him flying. The other 2 men scatter. Doors open. Min-jae's men pour out. 4 of them. Moving fast. Efficient. They don't ask questions. Just grab the 3 men and drag them toward the vehicle. Simone stands frozen against the fence, heart hammering. One of Min-jae's men approaches her. Older. Calm. Are you hurt? She shakes her head. Come with me. I'm fine. Miss Harris, please. She lets him lead her to a second SUV, climbs in. The door closes. The vehicle pulls away. Inside, Min-jae sits across from her, face unreadable. You followed me, Simone says. Yes. You promised you wouldn't interfere. They were going to take you. His voice is flat. That is interference I will not allow. Who were they? Men who want to use you against me. Her hands ball into fists. This is exactly what I didn't want. I know. You're making it worse. I am keeping you alive. He leans forward slightly. There is a difference. I didn't ask for this life, she says, voice shaking. No. He holds her gaze. But it found you anyway. The SUV stops outside her building. Min-jae opens the door for her. Go inside, he says. Lock your door. I will handle this. How? He doesn't answer. She climbs out, walks to her building, doesn't look back. Inside her apartment, she locks the deadbolt, checks the window, pulls the curtain. Everything looks normal. She walks to the kitchen, pours water, drinks it, sets the glass down. That's when she sees it. Her bedroom door. It's open. She always closes it. Always. Her blood turns to ice. Someone's been inside. Simone doesn't move. Her eyes stay locked on the bedroom door. Open. Just slightly. Enough to know. Someone was here. Maybe still is. Her phone is in her hand before she realizes she grabbed it. She calls the only number that makes sense. Min-jae answers on the first ring. What's wrong? Someone's in my apartment. Get out. Now. I don't know if they're still. Simone. Get out. She backs toward the front door. Slow. Quiet. Her hand reaches for the deadbolt. It's already unlocked. She locked it. She knows she locked it. The bedroom door swings open. A man steps out. Tall, cold eyes. Gun in his hand. Not pointed at her. Just held. Casual. Like it's part of his wardrobe. Simone Harris, he says. Sit down. No. I'm not asking. I'm not sitting. He smiles. Wrong kind of smile. Kang Min-jae cares about you. That's unfortunate. For both of us. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. He takes a step forward. You pulled him out of a river. Very heroic. Very stupid. Her back hits the door. My employer wants to send Min-jae a message, the man continues. You're going to help with that. No, I'm not. You don't have a choice. The front door explodes inward. Min-jae comes through like violence given form. No hesitation, no warning, just motion. The gunman turns, fires, miss. Min-jae closes the distance in 2 steps. His hand catches the gunman's wrist, twists. Bone snaps. The gun falls. Min-jae drives his elbow into the man's throat. Once. The man drops, not unconscious, dead. It happens in 3 seconds. Simone stands frozen, back pressed against the wall. Her ears ring from the gunshot. Smoke hangs in the air. Min-jae turns to her, blood on his hands. None of it his. Are you hurt? She can't speak, can't move. He steps toward her. She flinches. He stops. Simone, you killed him. Her voice sounds far away, not hers. Yes, he was going to take you. Min-jae's voice is calm, too calm. I do not negotiate with men who point guns at you. She stares at the body, at the blood spreading across her floor, at Min-jae's hands. What are you? She whispers. He doesn't answer right away. Just looks at her, really looks, like he's deciding something. Finally, the truth. She nods. I am the man your mother warned you about, he says quietly. I am dangerous. I am violent. I have done things that would make you hate me. He takes a step back, giving her space. But I am also the man who will burn the world before I let it touch you. Simone's legs give out. She slides down the wall, sits on the floor. Min-jae crouches in front of her, doesn't touch her, just waits. I want the truth, she says. All of it. You will not like it. I don't care. He nods once. Then come with me. They don't go far, just to the roof of her building. Rain mists the city. Lights blur in the distance. Min-jae's men handle the body, the cleanup. The police won't ask questions. They never do when it involves him. Simone sits on the ledge, knees pulled to her chest, shaking, not from cold. Min-jae stands 10 feet away, giving her space, waiting. Talk, she says finally. My name is Kang Min-jae, he begins. I run an organization that controls shipping, real estate, and pharmaceutical distribution across 3 countries. Some of it is legal, Most of it is not. She doesn't look at him, just listens. 5 years ago, I inherited this organization from my father, he continues, along with his enemies, his debts, his wars. I have been trying to legitimize what I can. But some men do not want legitimacy. They want power. Park Sung-ho. Yes. Surprise flickers across his face. You were listening. I'm always listening. He almost smiles. Doesn't quite. Park wants control of my territory, Min-jae says. He has been challenging me for 2 years. The car in the river, that was his third attempt to kill me. He will try again. And I'm caught in the middle. Yes. Simone finally looks at him. Why didn't you just let me drown? What? In the river. You waved me away. You wanted me to leave. Why? Min-jae is silent for a long moment. Because I did not want your death on my conscience, he says quietly. I have enough blood on my hand. I did not need yours. But I jumped anyway. You did. And now you know too much. He sits down on the ledge, not close, just near. Now Park sees you as leverage. Now my enemies will use you to hurt me. Now your life is in danger because you were brave enough to save someone who did not deserve saving. Don't say that. It is true. No. Simone turns to face him. You're violent. You're dangerous. You've done terrible things. But in that river, you were just a man drowning. And I don't let people drown. Something shifts in his eyes. Something almost like pain. You should hate me, he says. Probably. You should walk away. Where exactly am I supposed to walk to? She gestures at the city. You said they know who I am. You said I'm a target. So where do I go that's safe? I can relocate you. New identity. New city. Enough money to start over. You would be free. Free? She laughs, bitter. Free to spend the rest of my life looking over my shoulder, wondering if today's the day someone finds me. That's not freedom. That's a different kind of cage. What do you want? The question hangs between them. Simone stands, walks to the edge of the roof, looks out at the city. I want the truth, she says. No more secrets, no more surprises. If my life is tied to yours now, then I want to know what that means. Simone, I'm not asking for your protection. She turns to face him. I'm not asking you to save me. I'm asking you to be honest. Can you do that? Min-jae stands, walks toward her, stops 3 feet away. Yes. Then tell me everything. Who you are, who your enemies are, what I'm actually dealing with, because I can't make a choice if I don't know what I'm choosing. He studies her face, looking for something. Fear maybe, or regret. He finds neither. You are not what I expected, he says quietly. What did you expect? Someone who would run. I'm tired of running. Simone crosses her arms. I've been running my whole life. From poverty, from debt, from being invisible. I jumped into that river because for once I wanted to matter. Even if it was just for 3 minutes. Even if nobody remembered my name. She meets his eyes. But you remembered. I did. So now I'm asking you, what happens next? Min-jae is silent for a long moment. Rain falls around them. The city breathes below. If you stay, he says, your life will never be simple again. You will know things you cannot unknow, see things you cannot unsee, be connected to a world that does not forgive mistakes. And if I go, you will be safe, protected, free to live the life you should have had. Simone doesn't hesitate. I'm staying. Min-jae doesn't argue, doesn't try to change her mind, just nods once, accepting. Then there are rules, he says. I'm listening. You do not involve yourself in my business. You do not ask questions about things that do not concern you. You do not put yourself in danger unnecessarily. And what do I get? Truth, he says, when it matters. Protection, when you need it. And the knowledge that I will never lie to you. Simone considers this. What about my boundaries? Name them. You don't control my life. I work when I want, go where I want, make my own choices. Agreed. You don't isolate me from my mother, from the people I care about. Agreed. And if I say no to something, anything, you listen. Min-jae holds her gaze. I will always listen. She nods. Then we have a deal. They shake hands. Professional, formal. Nothing romantic in it. Just two people choosing to stand together instead of apart. What happens now? Simone asks. Now I teach you how to see, Min-jae says. The world you just stepped into is not the world you knew. There are rules, codes, people who will smile while planning your death. Sounds exhausting. It is. Good thing I don't sleep much anyway. He almost smiles again. Closer this time. They stand on the roof as rain picks up. The city lights blur into watercolor. Somewhere below, Min-jae's men finish cleaning Simone's apartment, replacing the door, removing evidence that tonight ever happened. But it did happen, and it changed everything. I have a question, Simone says. Ask. In the river, when you waved me away, did you want to die? Min-jae is quiet for a long moment, long enough that she thinks he won't answer. Then, no, I wanted to spare you. From what? From this. He gestures at the city, at himself, at everything. From becoming part of a world that destroys good people. I'm not that good. You jumped into a river for a stranger. So that makes you better than most people I know. Simone turns to face him fully. You don't owe me anything, Min-jae. I didn't save you to create a debt. I saved you because it was the right thing to do. I know. Then stop treating this like a transaction. What should I treat it as? She thinks about that, about the last 3 days, about fear and danger and truth and choice. A crossing, she says finally. A crossing? Yeah. She looks out at the river in the distance, dark, moving, endless. That night in the river, I didn't just pull you out. I crossed over too, into your world, into this. She pauses. We both crossed. We can't go back, so we move forward. Min-jae is silent, processing. A crossing, he repeats quietly, testing the word. Yeah, I like that. They stand together in the rain, not touching, not speaking, just existing in the same space. Two people who met in the worst possible way and somehow found something worth choosing. You should go home, Min-jae says finally. Get some sleep. My apartment has blood on the floor. It is cleaned now. Still, he considers. There is a hotel 3 blocks from here. Secure. I own it. You can stay there tonight. I can't afford. You do not need to. He cuts her off gently. This is not charity. This is practicality. Until Park is handled, you need to be somewhere safe. She wants to argue, but she's too tired. Fine. One night. One night, he agrees. Though they both know it is a lie. His men drive her to the hotel, suite on the top floor. Windows that overlook the city. Bed bigger than her entire apartment. She lies, down fully clothed, stares at the ceiling. Her phone buzzes. Text from Min-jae. Sleep well, Simone. Tomorrow begins something new. She types back. What did we start? 3 dots appear. Then, something neither of us can finish alone. She sets the phone down, closes her eyes. Outside the city moves. Dangerous, beautiful, alive. And somewhere in it, enemies are planning. But tonight, Simone Harris sleeps. Because tomorrow, she stops being invisible. Tomorrow, she learns to see. Tomorrow, the crossing continues.